Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're going over a holiday EDC. This is my EDC setup for, the holiday break, I guess you'd say. About a week or so in and around, Christmas. It's obviously New Year's Eve and Christmas. So my tradition is my wife's family's from Connecticut, and luckily for both of us, they like to celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, meaning that they do all the presents Christmas Eve night. All right, my family growing up, we've always done our presents on Christmas Day or Christmas morning. So what we do is we travel down to Connecticut or over to Connecticut, and we spend all of Christmas Eve with her side of the family. And then at the end of the day, we do presents and stuff with family, and we say our goodbyes, and then we drive through the night all the way, past where we live and all the way up to where my parents live. And we usually get there. This year it was 5:30 in the morning, and just hit the sack for a couple hours, and my sister and her kids come over and stuff, and we all celebrate there on Christmas Day. So this is like the EDC I had on throughout that entire process, basically. So the one thing you'll notice is there's no firearm, and that is because I'm going to Connecticut. I currently don't have a carry permit in Connecticut. It's always been on my bucket list. It's not it's a priority to me. I want it to be a priority, but taking time to travel down there and go through that process, which is a process from what I understand. You're paying money, you're taking a class, I guess, a safety class, all that kind of stuff. So I just haven't really pushed it. I might do that with Trump in office. It's possible he's going to, pass a law where my Pennsylvania permit will be good for all of 50 states, which would be fantastic. I'd love to see that come, to reality. Or just have constitutional carry across all of America, or whatever it happens to be. But I'm kind of holding off for that now, so I'm certainly not in any rush to go get a Connecticut carry permit. But anyway, while in Connecticut, because I don't stay the night, I do have a gun in my vehicle. I just can't have it on my person legally. So that's why you don't see it here. But of course, once I do stop home before we go to my parents', we regroup, we grab presents for my side of the family from the home, and I always throw my gun on. So I do have a gun going into, my side of the family of things. But anyway, moving on from that, I kept it simple. If you can notice here, this is just simple, really straightforward stuff. I don't carry a ton of crap because I'm carrying wearing nicer pants. And, this year for Christmas Eve, I had a Modelo Christmas throwback sweater my wife saw at a Sam's Club. It was really cool. It looked like something you get at a garage sale. That it was from the 90s. It's a very nostalgic Modelo, but like a whole Christmas theme. It was really cool. So I rocked that sweater, and of course I had to bring a case of Modelo to drink. And then on Christmas Day this year, I ended up getting a hockey jersey, the Griswold jersey from Christmas Vacation. So when you see Clark wear his hockey jersey, that's what I had. The Griswold on the back and the Indian on the front. All of his teams are Chicago stuff. So I thought that was kind of fun. So I wore that for Christmas Day. So first off, my keys. I don't know, last time I showed you my keys, it's been a while since I did like an EDC update. But besides the fob and the actual keys, I do still carry an Olight on here. I kept it red. This was red I put on here from Halloween. I probably should have done maybe a Halloween specific one, but going into December, Christmas, I thought red's cool. Obviously red and green, right? This one's well beat up. It's an i1R2 Pro. Again, from Olight. This just has low and high. Very simple light, but works very, very well. All right, love the light. And even though it's a little bit on the chunkier side for keys, it's not big at all. Then I have the little pen I got from Microtech, which is fantastic with the Ultim. Very cool, just additional little pen on the keys. As you'll see in a second, I actually have a brand new pen I'm very excited about, which I'm doing a video on. But this one is kind of a backup, but it's always on the keys here. I use this twice since I've been carrying on the keys. I do have a handcuff key, which I always keep on there, air tag, and I have a Morgan dollar, which I got from somewhere. It's a 1921 with a hole in it. So because it was damaged, I thought maybe it'd be cool to wear it as a pendant or wear it on my keys. And that's what I do. I have it on my keys. And I think that's it for tools and stuff. But anyway, besides that, I have my pocket organizer. So the second flashlight on my person and second pen is this is the carbon fiber version of the i3T EOS. Very cool. Just again, fantastic flashlight. The carbon fiber is actually lighter. You can tell a difference, even though this is already a pretty darn small light. Throwaway Bic, that's it. Joker, I think I talked about this, but when I was at work, I gave whatever lighter I had at the time, I forget exactly what it was, but I had given it to one of the people I work with who was looking for a lighter. So I'm like, you know what, just keep it, it's fine. And then when I was at the gas station that day, I picked up that lighter. So simple lighter. I actually want to swap this as one of my better quality lighters, but these just work. And half the time when I'm lighting someone's cigarette or whatever I'm doing, it's because it's usually for someone else when it comes to a lighter. Like, I don't need a lighter all the time. It's good to have it for emergencies. But I started carrying these like disposables because I find myself giving them away. You know, I'm not going to give away like a $150 lighter or anything, but I've given away $30 lighters, $70 lighters where someone's like, wow, this is really cool. And I always think to myself, like, yeah, I love this lighter, but like, I have lighters, you know? This is someone who obviously smokes and uses it like every day. And they would really, really appreciate this, like, way more than I do. And it brings me great joy to do things like that. Like, people are really, really nice to me all the time. So I've done that plenty of times where I've just given away a nice lighter or a nice knife or something. I mean, I can't tell you how many times, like, I met a viewer in person and they're like, dude, I love your video, it's so cool. And then I gave them, like, the knife that was in my pocket. Because it means a lot to me. And it means a lot to me because I know how much it means to them. You know, it might be a really awesome knife I have, and it could be expensive, but I have thousands of knives. I've had tens of thousands of knives, you know, so, you know, but to them, it's just like extra cool. So I can appreciate that. So having a disposable is nice because I can literally just give it away. That's it. No big deal. Brand new pen though. I was rocking the Olight O-Pen Mini, and now I have a Big Designs pen, which we're going to talk about in another video, which is just fantastic. This thing is awesome. So yeah, but I'll talk about that in a whole separate video. So that's what I've been EDCing and using. Very cool. Then for my wallet, you guys know I loved my Saddleback leather wallet, and I thought I lost it. It was a whole thing, so I kind of retired it. And I retired it just for work, but I find myself, like, originally I was going to swap back and forth between this King's Loot wallet, which I love. I love this thing. I have a black one, I have this brown one, and it actually has some cash in it this time since it's Christmas, so I got some Christmas money. But yeah, I decided not to. It's so small, and I've carried that other wallet so long, and it had so much stuff and such a big wallet for so long. I was so used to it that when I carry something small, at first I got worried because I felt like I didn't have it in my pocket. But I started going, yeah, this is kind of nice. So now I'm on the small wallet bandwagon. You know, like, I totally dug my wallet, and I'll have it forever. I really will. And I'll, you know, use it for special occasions, you know, but for now, it was almost a pain switching back and forth. Like, okay, I'm not working right now. I get home from work and, okay, switch it back. Okay, now I'm going to work, switch it. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to carry this all the time. And it's fantastic. I don't need all the stuff I used to have in there. I have, I think, 2 or 3 credit cards, like, you know, medical card, license, you know, things like that, some cash, and that's basically all I need in a wallet, right? So that's been what I've been carrying. I do like this pocket. I don't use it. Still has the original hotel key, but it is nice. It's a nice little design feature. So, like, if you have one credit card, let's say you use all the time, or let's say you buy beer or cigarettes frequently or some kind of tobacco thing, you always have to show your ID. You can, of course, put your ID in here. So you just, you know, pull the tab, pull it out just real quick, show the person, you know, pop back in, and pushing it in pushes that tab back in. So, I mean, it's really kind of a cool little setup there. But anyway, so that's the wallet, just sticking with the small stuff. As far as my major knife, I've been absolutely digging this Microtech. This is the Stitch, I believe. All right, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I want to say it's the Stitch. Very cool. All right, this one is rocking M390. All right, let's see. Let me double check. Well, we'll look together. We'll zoom in. Makes it easier. M390 MK. See a cool logo on there. We got that stonewash blade. All right, very, very neat knife. This is not my first experience either with the, I want to say they're calling it the Ram Lock, maybe? I forget, but anyway, just super, super cool. I definitely dig it. Locks up fantastic. I mean, there's no blade play at all. It's an interesting design. It's a very aggressive looking knife, which I really, really like a lot. Puck clip carries totally fine. This one has the, of course, date on there. This was, well, let's zoom in again together. Let it focus a second. There we go. February 2024. The Stitch. Did I say Stitch? I think I did. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah. It's just been an awesome knife. Alright, totally digging it. Robust, but still small. At the same time, you can choke up here. Obviously, you have jimping on top. You have that kind of thumb ramp there, so you're not going to ride forward. And then the huge choil on the bottom. So, I mean, you can see how much I'm choking up on this knife here to really get in there with, you know, more precise cutting needs. I can do a little pinch grip, which I've done before. Opening box, the same thing. I do kind of a pinch grip up top, so I don't have too much blade inside of the box, so I'm not cutting the contents. You know, fidget factor, of course, with the lock. Just really cool. All around, really, really awesome knife. And a manual Microtech, which I still dig quite a bit. Then, for the holidays, especially going to Connecticut, I don't know, I just, with my sweater and everything, I didn't wear it open carry. I actually concealed carry my neck knife, just to be different. I mean, everyone's used to seeing me with neck knives all the time, but this is a Saviti. I don't remember the name. Maybe it's on here. Of course, it's not. I don't recall the name of this knife, but this thing is tiny. It's tiny, little slender guy. I'm sure you guys will write in the comments what it is. But this thing is just, it's really for a backup and for like splinters or super, super fine cutting if I need. You can see how ridiculously needle-like that point is. Like crazy. Also, the sheath, you can put this in either way, which is nice. All right, so it's like swappable. But it's super, super low profile. It sits super flat. I mean, it disappears. And it's small enough in the black on black here, it gets lost in most shirts anyway, but concealed, you would never know. I mean, obviously I have a ball and chain necklace, but that's about it. You would have no idea I have a knife under my shirt. I mean, it really just sits so perfect on the chest area. Always have a handkerchief, but now it's Christmas time, so I got my Christmas hanky. I really got to upgrade and get some other ones because I do love, you know, holiday themed handkerchiefs, but I don't know, I maybe got this at Walmart. It's very kiddish, you know, it's got like cute little Santas on there and some candy and candy canes and stuff, but you know, it's not really mature. I'd like to have a mature, classier Christmas, you know, maybe some vintage Christmas stuff on there would be cool, but whatever, it works fine, and I actually do use it. I sneeze into it, so I'm not sneezing in the air, getting everyone sick and grossing people out. It's really, really rare that I'll like blow my nose in there because I don't want a handkerchief full of snot. You know, I don't mind spit, I don't mind sweat. Snot is a little bit of a different ballpark. If you really hock a loogie in there, that's kind of gross, to be honest. But like in the summertime, which obviously it's not, I don't care much about soaking up all the sweat, you know, pouring off my head and face and stuff and just slipping right back in the pocket. Not a big deal. Everything goes to the wash again. But just something about snot gets me. So, moving on from snot, wedding ring. So, because it's the holidays, I like to wear nicer jewelry. The one thing I'll say is I have not worn my cross in a while. All right, my actual chain, which is a Figaro chain, I want to say it was a 3 mil or something, maybe 2.5 mil. Silver chain, that clasp had broke, the spring broke, so I'm worried about it falling off. I only know that because it fell off when it broke, and so I'm concerned about losing it. So I have a backup chain, which I wear on nicer occasions. I forget what this style of chain is. It's not a Cuban or anything, maybe a box chain, I don't know. You guys can probably, maybe it's a curb chain. I don't know, I forget the names of it, but I had a set where I had a nice necklace and a bracelet that matched. So I usually wear this bracelet with my other chain and, you know, my cross on holidays and stuff, but I wear the cross every day. The cross is actually 14 karat and silver mix. So it's 14 karat for the whole cross, hollow, and then it has, you know, a silver Jesus on the front. So it's kind of a mixed match of silver and gold together. I think it looked nice. It was cool. But I really, really, really want a gold chain. Like, I've just been thinking about it for a couple years now. I love silver, don't get me wrong. I always have something in my heart for silver, but I'm really, really transitioning over to gold for a lot of different reasons. But I love the idea of a gold chain. Nothing crazy. I'm not going to wear a $5,000, $10,000 chain. I just don't have the money anyway. Nor do I want a big, gaudy, thick chain. But I do want something that's substantial. I mean, I'm a big dude, so I don't want like a 0.5 millimeter rope chain, you know? So something in between. I like the Cubans. I like a 3 mil, something like that. That could be $1,500, $2,000 if I got, you know, 14 karat solid, which is what I want. I want a heavier chain like that. I don't want a hollow or semi-hollow chain. So we'll see. I'll have to see about for it. My birthday's coming up, so maybe I'll, you know, treat myself to that for a birthday. But anyway, yeah, so as far as jewelry goes, my wedding ring is silver. and it almost fits. I put it on just to try it out again because it's been, you know, a couple of years since I wore it. And you guys know recently I was talking about wearing the rubber rings, and it just was just a little bit too tight, which is good news because that means I'm getting closer to losing enough weight to start wearing it. Because once I can wear it regularly, of course, I have a wonderful wedding ring. I want to wear it. The only reason I haven't worn it is just because of my chunky fingers, just gaining weight. That's all. But these rubber ones have been a savior, and this is the maroon, red, and black. So this was nice for Christmas. That's all. You know, it didn't really match anything at all. It was a nice little ring. I actually got a compliment on it. You know, people dig the rubber rings. They're getting more and more popular, or silicone rings, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, so that worked out fine for Christmas. And that concludes my holiday era EDC, my Christmas EDC. So this is going to get swapped out again. The chain, because I realized I could just wear this anyway, I'll probably keep wearing this every day. But like I said, I'm really trying to, I might have to sell a couple things, but I really want to get into a gold chain. If I do get a gold chain, I'll still wear this gold pendant on it, but eventually I like a solid gold, maybe even a slightly bigger cross on there. We'll see. It really comes down to personal taste. I don't like huge gaudy jewelry, but I definitely don't like small jewelry. It feels feminine. You know, a cross that's like teeny tiny, it's like either for a little kid to me or it's for a woman. But I also don't want, you know, some kind of wrapper piece that, you know, looks ridiculous. So there's going to be a, you know, somewhere in between there. And then eventually, because my wife's ring is silver as well with a diamond in it, eventually I'd like to switch her and I over to gold rings. That'd be nice to get a gold wedding band. Really simple, plain, you know, and as far as a ring for her, have her pick it out. You know, that's in the future. That's obviously more money down the road, but it'd be nice to transition. I like the gold thing. She doesn't really like wear a lot of gold jewelry at all. You know, her family's all Portuguese and stuff. She has some Portuguese gold jewelry, which, you know, comes from her vlogs, her grandmother. That is different. Portuguese gold actually has a different purity. It's like it's a whole different thing. It's like gold from Portugal, so, which I didn't even know. It was an interesting thing to talk about when we're talking about jewelry and stuff, but yeah, besides that, she doesn't really have gold jewelry simply because it's expensive. That's all. She's always liked silver anyway, how it looks. It doesn't look, you know, as, I don't know, it's just different. I was going to say as expensive, but it's just different, really, because you have white gold, too. They could be crazy expensive. But anyway, that is pretty much it. Just want to give you an update. People are always asking for the EDC stuff. I know I used to do it all the time, and these days I don't do it as much. I know people love seeing the knives and the guns. That's always the most exciting, usually. Sometimes the flashlights, whatever you're into. And if you didn't see the other video, the vehicle gun is a SIG. It's the P365, so, you know, obviously very common, very well-known gun. But that is an option so that if I'm out and about, and for some reason I forgot my pocket carry, I can have a compact gun that I can just put on anywhere I am. Ideally, I'd like to have, you know, a truck gun, meaning a full-size capable gun. I just don't have a great place to put it right now. Even if I get rid of all my gear, there's really not, I mean, maybe I can get away with a shotgun behind the seat kind of a deal. And who knows, maybe I'll do that in the future. But I would like to set up something. I can do a cheap shotgun, have plenty of extra ammo, stuff like that. So if I'm in my vehicle, out and about somewhere, I mean, I don't want, it's better than nothing, but I don't want just a little, you know, compact gun with a limited round, you know, capacity. Obviously, I prefer a full-size Glock would be great. You know, Glock 17, Glock 19, with both either or Glock 17 mags, you know, a couple extended magazines. You just never know what situation you might be in. I know that seems extreme, and it's definitely overkill. The likelihood of even needing a firearm in the first place, you know, is almost next to nothing. But then needing something that you can get through a barricade of armed people sounds even more ridiculous. But that's just the way some of us think. And I don't put a high priority on it. That's why I don't have it available yet. But yeah, ultimately I'd like to do that. So instead of like having, like, people have gun collections and it's like all in a gun safe, right? My guns aren't, I don't have a gun safe, so to, well, I have a gun locker, let's say, but I don't have a gun safe. My guns are everywhere. They're all actively in duty, let's just say. They're hidden places, they're available places. I literally have them not just at my house, but other homes. Like, I have them everywhere so that they're available to get to and use in all different scenarios. They're not just all collecting dust in a safe somewhere. But then again, I also don't have, you know, 150 guns. So, It's just one of those things. I mean, people with bigger collections, yeah, obviously their safes are filled with that stuff. But anyway, just rambling at this point. That's all. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.